Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's reading, I thought, why don't we use the Syrian Starseed Tarot with the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So I wanted to bring in the above knowledge with more of the earthly energies. I wanna ground them. So no insights, that's just my intention. So first off, we've got Earth flying out. We've got two of Earth in reverse. That one kind of, as it flew, actually it gave me fairy energy, more so Tinkerbell with the green on it. And then from there, sorry, that's what I was seeing. And then the flying was kind of like the fairy energy. Then we've got two of air, which is swords in this, but it's all about balance. And so with this one being in reverse, they're telling me that something's up in the air. So no matter what you do, because if this was in the upright, it would have been Two of Pentacles, which is like that balance in your finances and your hard work. So what I'm getting is no matter what you do, any hard work, the outcome's still gonna be the same. And so here we have the King of Air. And so that's that logic and discipline and knowing that sometimes it's not worth it to go out and waste your energy. Sometimes to stop and think about things before you take action will benefit you in the long run. So what's standing out from this as I went to go in was the eagles. This eagle mainly, and he was screeching. And so eagles, they fly really, really high. That's one thing that they're known for. And so when it comes to things like crows and those who are below them, nothing's below anything, but in this ability to fly higher and to raise your vibration, they are. So an eagle can soar above everything. It can go to greater heights, and that's what they're saying is just sit and wait right now. Don't try to force things to go faster, farther, higher. The same amount of energy that you put in now is all that needs. So you might as well sit here and rest and relax and let the momentum pick up some pace right now. So we're gonna look into the Syrian Starseed, and we got two. Cool. Okay, so I got two cards here, but as I put the stack down, this one, like, it came, which I had it on the whole stack. I don't know how the very top card came. So we're going to take it because it really wants to come out, which is a reflection. So there's that staff with that light. I believe I was looking for this a couple card readings ago, and it kind of like glimpsed itself, and then I was like, I want to bring that back, that light on that staff. I don't know, it just felt like it was very powerful. Can't remember what reading that was, but here it is again. It's like reflection. You get a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and that's for you now to go in and reflect that King of Swords energy. All right. So the two cards that came out was Alchemy, and then we had Master of Orbs in reverse. And so what is an orb in this deck? Let me check it out. So we've got crystals, we got chalices, we got flames, which is wands. So this is pentacles. Again, more money. So let me see what he's trying to tell me here. No, this is swords. Interesting. Now we have the King of Swords in reverse. Was this King of Swords in reverse? I can't remember. I picked him up too many times. But I believe this one was in the upright, and this one is not. So by going out there and keep trying to push your energy into something to make something happen faster than it needs to be, is only going to unbalance the scale. Here, you are sitting in your King of Swords energy. You were able to tell what needs to be where, when, why. You could see almost like every path, every road, how every decision, once you make it, will play out in the long run. And so when you can actually see farther than beyond that, that's where this true alchemy comes. It's puts you in a position where mental clarity, you learn to trust your intuition when things start to come up. When faced with this reflection, when they say, hey, you know what? You know the path that you want to go on. You know where you're aiming to. Does this King of Swords energy that you're embodying help get you there? Because the King of Swords in reverse is someone who is cruel and mean and uses their words as more punishment rather than weighing the options of justice and truth. Sometimes they'll use the truth order to like hurt you, not empower you. That's the difference of these King of Swords energy. And look at him when you like zone in. He's got a serious face, super serious. When I zoned in on him, it kind of went into here, into the light, and it kind of showed like crystal or quartz or something, and the knowledge. And it's like this, you always start off as the King of Swords in the upright, right? We always start off with truth, and then little things can chip us away, right? We think we're defending the light or honor, but little things can come and like trick us or deceive us. That's why there's this need to reflect, because, you know, a little birdie came and told me this, and then I'm like, we could get too worked up where we enraged even without ever stopping to think things through and be like, wait a minute, does this even make sense? Like, who is this resource even coming? Like, is this like a TMZ type energy where they just want to start gossip and drama, and they love feeding off someone's demise, right? They're like, look at you and your unfortunate energy. Let me go tell all my friends. A source like that, I wouldn't think would be very reliable. And they're saying that's why you need to rise above these gossip chatterboxes, because it's going into your ears and it's starting to tell you a story that's not even true. But the more and more you sit there, look at this one. This one is just sitting there, and it doesn't, you know what I'm kind of getting, especially like women, when a guy will come up to you and be like, smile, and you're like, I'm a genuinely happy person all of the time. Like, do you know how annoying it is for someone to come up to you when you're just relaxed or you're just in your element and be like, smile? And it's like, why don't you go make yourself smile? But that's kind of the, okay, where did that even come from? Sorry, that reference is lost on me because it came to here with the chattering birds, and then it's almost like a fake it till you make it energy. I don't know, it's just like that's, you know how we said it starts off with the truth, right? Crystal clear truth. And at one point there is this light that at everything you could bring it back to source, to the light. And that's why sometimes when you meet people who are in this King of Swords energy in the reverse, they actually believe what they're saying, because at the core of it all, it did start off with a purpose, a justice, you know, a balancing of the scales. But without this inner reflection and checking, how is the sword in this? Is the sword on my lap, right? It should be just sitting there, right? He's not using it. It's the sword of truth. It's balanced. Or is it aimed at something? That's what they want to say. So I still don't feel like that one reference that I was talking about when someone's like, oh, smile. It's like that forced, and then you kind of get mad at it because you're like, hey, I was just in this energy. I think it's that telling you that you need to be another energy than actually what you're in. And And really, when someone comes and says that to you, it's just so that they could feel more comfortable. And so that's for them to go out and alchemize whatever energy, so that they feel good about themselves. But there really is something to do with the gossip. They keep coming back to this, and this kind of brings me the Norns, or destiny, and weaving. So in the past, like, what was told to you? What was the story that you keep telling yourself? In the present moment, ideally, there shouldn't be anything being spoken to you. In the present moment is for you to observe, to sit here and be like, I get it. We need to listen more than that. But actually, I take that back. There is a need to take in what you want, right? More listening. But in this card, too much listening in the past and fear of the future. Oh, if you don't do this now, then this won't happen, and all this. And so here, it does have to go into that reflection, right? Each one goes up into him. He takes it into his third eye, his crown, works through, and then like as a spirit whisper, that's like your higher self or your soul will kind of whisper and guide to you what you want. And then when you look on here, he is kind of like speaking it out. But there is a need to kind of go within, reflect with the higher self, because this is in one ear, out the other. In one ear, out the other. And this one, this is the main source that you should be listening to. This is your higher self. Your higher self will definitely give you the truth. And so if you're finding that you are listening to these ones instead, that's how we find ourselves unbalanced. Where'd my cards go? Right here, we've got the black and the white, and the scales perfectly balanced on this card. We find ourselves unbalanced when we start to listen to others who tell our soul what it needs to do, rather than our soul guiding us. When you start, okay, there is, let me look into what this one is a little bit more. The only thing missing in this card that is stopping it from being in the upright was the sun at the top. And so it was saying that, especially with this alchemy card, and I can't help but think, look at how orange and circular this all is. Alchemizing is taking something and reflecting on it, and then transmuting it to something positive that you can actually use of it. No matter what energy or emotion comes up within you, you're able to take it, sort it, and then organize it to help you learn a lesson. So you have all the materials. Look how many rocks and everything she has. She has all the earth. She is so connected to the earth. But it's the orange, or the light, the source, the spark that was missing in this one. So that source or that spark is the higher self. Because in the past, I get someone was talking about how your future should be. And again, in the present, the only one that you should be listening to is your higher self. So if you keep finding that these ones are trying to tell you what to do in this very moment, you're going to find that it's harder to alchemize the balance of your earthly possessions, your basic needs, they're saying. Because there's no spark or life force. It's now more just heavy rocks, and it's now you to juggle that. Whereas this is being juggled, but it's almost like by the sun, right? It's the heart kind of shoo shoo. It's this unknown force that just keeps things in the flow. So if you got no source, now you physically, manually have to keep all those plates spinning and things in the air, and it will eventually be too much and piss you off, and you will fight and be mean and say things that you don't mean. And so there is a need to always go back in your reflection and find that balance of what cruel part of yourself can you take a look at. And so right now I'm also being told that there's a cruel part of yourself that you don't like, that you think you need to change. But that cruel part is actually the higher self telling you, right? Your anger is so justified in this. And so that anger is red hot and it wants to be released. I feel like once that kind of gets released, because it's other people's words or energies or emotions that got shoved into you, into your plan somehow, and now you got to release those somehow until the balance kind of comes in and flows. Is there anything else, Spirit? Okay. It really brought it into this cherub or little Cupid dude hiding here. And it's stone and it's so hidden, this light is about to illuminate it. And so what do I get? From that one, it's either one of two things. It's either like Cupid energy and like love, if that's what you're looking for. And then another energy I pick up, this one I pick up more so. So the other one's just for a few. But this one is more like magical inner child. And so once this light shines down on that inner child and what it wants and its needs, right, that's where we go from Mr. Saucy Pants or Mrs. Saucy Pants to being a little bit more balanced and like, you still can be sharp. You still can have those boundaries. You can be assertive. You still can be badass. You can do all those things, but you don't need to go out there and destroy another for you to get above. And just by exuding who you are with your quiet confidence and just walking your walk and talking your talk, because you've made that plan in the upright King of Swords. In the upright King of Swords, again, it said you saw every path and how it's going to unfold. That's almost like your clairvoyance going off the charts. And so now the path that you go forward on will be successful because it's balanced. And you alchemized your darkest fears or the negative part of you and realized how you can incorporate it. The only reason why I was mad or angry or fiery hot is because it was someone else's belief of you in place of what the inner child wanted. And so with that knowing, it's like the inner child like hops up in the car seat, like right next to you by the controls. You alchemize that. You're like, okay, that's not the energy I wanted. It's there, but now that I understand it, I can release it. So now the inner child comes along and it's like, yeah, we're juggling, right? We got inner child, we got higher self, we've got our future self, which is unlimited, especially when you're tapping into alchemy. So, Spirit, they say there's not much else to say, but they just really want to end off in reflection all the time. Reflect on everything. Is this me? Is this my higher self telling me the best advice for me? Or am I taking on something that someone else told me? I'm feeling a little bit crunchy today. I'm feeling a little bit negative with the King of Swords in reverse. How can I look at this and add love into it, soften it, bring the inner child into it, the healing? Because this anger, this lashing is for a reason, but it doesn't need to stay. Reflecting is so important. And whatever this little statue is, like, look how close you are. One more step, you're gonna bump into it and be like, what's that? Like, it's like, again, I'm seeing that bird card, King of Swords, and it's like, looking up, right? All of them were looking up, but it's like, look down. It's gonna like be at your feet. You stumbled upon it. King of Swords knows every path, and when they go down every path, they'll be successful. But Spirit's telling me, once you actually start to go down your path that they've been really guiding you down, there is one surprise they have for you. And that way, you know, there's still that spark to life. Remember, the only thing missing from this was that spark. And so Spirit's got some surprises for you. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.